radio show. Tonight on the show we'll be bringing you exclusive action from Albert Square, exclusive only to EBSP. Stay tuned. Up next is Wiley, Heatwave featuring Miss D. Enjoy.
If I draw 5 for the day, then we ain't gotta worry, we're nice for the day. Inspired by the sun, take flight for the day. Sipping a cold beer, sunshine in your face. Long nights are crazy, we are on them. My name's Wiley, yeah, play my song then. When I arrive, I'm causing a heat wave. I've got vibes to sell, people want them.
I'm a party, I'm gon' dance. Put your hands up on my body, on my body, on my body. Put your hands up on my body. I'm a party, I'm gon' dance. Put your hands up on my body, on my body, on my body. Put your hands up on my body. I'm a party, I'm gon' dance. Put your hands up on my body, on my body, on my body. Put your hands up on my body. I'm a party, I'm gon' dance. Put your hands up on my body, on my body, on my body. Put your hands up on my.
When the sun's out, see the gal them too. I wake up to another gal them tune. I ride out on my Yamaha R6. When I reach in the dance, bring the gal them true. Gal them know, so they wanna wind up. I get behind her and she get wild up. She back it up good, but I try my luck. Winding up, gal is the vibe I love. When I arrive, I'm causing a heat wave. I got vibes to sell, people want them. My name's Wiley, yeah, play my song then. When I arrive, I'm causing a heat wave. Causing a heat wave. Causing a heat wave. Causing a heat wave. When I arrive, I'm causing a heat wave.
I'm a party, I'm gon' dance. Put your hands up on my body, on my body, on my body. Put your hands up on my body. I'm a party, I'm gon' dance. Put your hands up on my body, on my body, on my body. Put your hands up on my body. I'm a party, I'm gon' dance. Put your hands up on my body, on my body, on my body. Put your hands up on my body. I'm a party, I'm gon' dance. Put your hands up on my body, on my body, on my body. Put your hands.
And we're back. Don't go anywhere, guys, because we got some fantastic spoilers coming up for you all. Okay then, unfortunately, last night we posted a Facebook link on Facebook from YouTube, and nobody was able to view it in the UK, which was really messed up considering that all my E.B.S.P fans are, most of them anyway, are from the UK. 15 from USA I've checked, and that's how it is in the insights anyway. Not to worry though, because despite all this, we have some brilliant spoilers for you all tonight, so we don't want you to go anywhere. We have Avi Branning back in Walford, AJ Masood returning to the show, Sharon's come back, and Anthony Moon, how he is leaving, Stacey Slater news, and lots more for you. So don't go anywhere, and we're telling you this again because you really do not want to miss out. And it's unfortunate for all the mobile phone users because they cannot view this video, and some people can't connect to the internet. So consider you guys very, very lucky actually. Anyway, we're going to kick off the morning with fantastic news on AJ Ahmed back in Walford. As you should know by now, we're getting informed important information by certain cast members which we cannot say so nobody gets into trouble. We are actually reading all this off our website, so you can go to our website if you're not a big fan of listening, but I know some of you fans are. So that's EastEnders-EBSP.wix.com/EBSP again. Okay, so here's the news. AJ Ahmed is set to make a comeback on EastEnders in late August. Little is known about AJ's return, however we can confirm that filming did start a while back and it's unknown whether AJ is there to stay. However, we would imagine that he's pulled in quite a fan base and most likely to have increased the ratings when he joined not so long ago. So it doesn't surprise us that he's back really. Nitin Ganatra, if that's how you pronounce his name, who plays Masood Ahmed, recently quoted that him and his on-screen brother AJ get on as well as they do on set. He describes AJ as a brother behind the cameras, and they seem to have the fun they have together off set as well as on set. Despite the lack of information we do have on the subject, at this moment in time we're still able to say that the comedian we saw introduced to our screens last month hasn't gone anywhere, so expect the Masoods to bring a glow to Albert Square. It's also been said, but I don't take our word for it, that Zainab and AJ will be clashing again this month, but there is no it's not like they'll always be at each other. It'll be like the odd occasion where they do get on quite well. AJ will be back on the 27th of August, on the same date, coincidentally, as Abby Branning, which we will give you more news about later. The next spoiler of the morning is actually Shirley Carter cracking the murder case herself. And we have posted this on our Facebook page. However, if you cannot be bothered to read, listen here. Ben is stunned as Shirley explains that she has convincing evidence which links Phil to Heather's murder. Ben tries to make Shirley see that Phil is innocent, but she refuses to listen and declares that she wants nothing more to do with Phil. Realising the seriousness of this situation, Ben secretly calls his father from the bathroom and leaves him a message to explain what's going on. Soon afterwards, though, Shirley confides in Ben about Eva, before attempting to trace Phil's steps on the day of the murder. Ben continues trying to defend Phil, but he makes a big mistake of doing that when he advertently let slip a vital piece of information that only the killer could know. The realization then dawns on a disgusted Shirley that Ben has been the killer all along. But the question is, what will she do? You can read more about Shirley cracking the case on our website, and you can also visit our Facebook page asking questions and leaving your feedback about the subject there. Now what we're going to share with you is an exclusive spoiler only on E.B.S.P, and it is in fact Abby Branning's return. Abby Branning is returning to the show later this month, on the same day that AJ Ahmed arrives back in Watford as well, and it isn't long before her boyfriend Jay Mitchell's heard. Jay's spirits are lifted when he hears that Abby has returned to the square, but it's a race against time for him to find her before her family reveal the truth about Heather's murder. This also implies more information on about Heather's murder. It shows that most residents of Albert Square are in on the news that Ben killed Heather, which is really bad, I think. This is a really good spoiler, and we haven't finished it because it's only exclusive here, and you heard it first. Remember that. So here's the rest. Jay and Abby have had some difficulties recently, but it turns out that Jay wants to make amends when she returns. Jay is consistent that it's not his fault and tries his best to explain himself to Abby. But will she forgive him? And before Abby left the square in June, we did see Jay proposing to her in the moment of fear when he thought he was losing her for good. But Abby, will she marry him when she comes back? Will she forgive him? I'm sure if she forgives him, it might be a yes. That's out of the question anyway. But will she decide to become a Mrs. Mitchell or even a Mrs. Brown? Because I'm sure Jay would be ashamed to be named a Mitchell after what everything's happened. But it's nothing new to us as viewers, because this is all old. Murders, kidnapped, everything in EastEnders. So this is all new to Jay. Now then, this is not a spoiler, however, we would like you all to know. You see, last May, well, the May just gone, was actually my birthday, but that's not what I'm talking about. In May 2012, we did hold an event on our Facebook page called E.B.S.P Awards 2012, and as you know, this year is going as quick as it arrived, so we're still setting up the preparations for the 2012 show now and giving you plenty of time to vote. So we're giving you 5 months to vote in next year's E.B.S.P Awards. It's an online event which you can vote as many times as you want. It does say you can only vote once on our Facebook page, but go for it. This year's sponsor is the Wolves of Soapland, which we'll give you more information about that later on. It's a page managed by Susan Shkinney, if that's how you pronounce her last name, which you can be allowed to by clicking the title on our website. You vote by commenting the actress or actor that you think specifically deserves the award. So basically, you can sort of as soon as you're ready on you can forget the W's. It just eastend-ebsp.wix.com/EBSP. And then you have the best actor, best actress, sexiest male, sexiest female, villain of the year, best newcomer, best comedy performance, best duo performance, best young performance, best storyline, and that's it, I think. And we have something else to tell you all. It's to like us on Facebook, which is www.facebook.com/EastEnders Best Spoilers Page 2012. And please follow us on Twitter, which we are doing extremely unwell at the moment by trying to get followers. And we have 96 followers, if that. So we're trying to get them up, which is at EBSP UK. Also follow us on our other Facebook pages. Rest in peace, Heather Trott, EastEnders episode discussions. No, not that one. We can't say that. The World of Soaplands and Gillian Wright fan page, open bracket, EBSP close bracket. So if you go on like them, that's fantastic, and just let us know what you think of all the storylines that we've mentioned so far on our Facebook page. This would mean an awful lot if you did so. Next, we have another great spoiler for you all, and it's about Janine and Michael breaking up. So, Janine will reportedly leave Walford in a cliffhanger storyline. The plot will allegedly see Janine walking out on her husband Michael Moon. Charlie Brooks is to be having a break from BBC One soap for 6 months later this year, fueling rumours that she will take part in this year's Strictly Come Dancing. That, if you remember the Christmas special, she did win even. Janine will reportedly be seen leaving London with a suitcase containing £450,000 in cash, and it's quite funny actually the way this goes about. After she decides to test her husband's commitment to their relationship, an insider said the storyline is action-packed. Janine and Michael have always had trust issues, and their wedding and the birth of their daughter last month has not changed that. Things come to a head when she accuses him of seeing another woman, which he denies. However, we all know that Michael Moon is a suspect in Cat's Mystery Man, which you can vote who you think is Cat's Mystery Man on our website, which is eastends-ebsp.wix.com/EBSP. She then demands to know why he forced to rip up their prenuptial agreement before their wedding, and then she gives him a big test. Now, I want to know why he wanted her to rip up the prenuptial agreement. I don't think it's because of the trust issues that she had with him. I personally think that he wanted that money. You see, she tells him that she has a case with £450,000 in it, and says that he has to choose between her and the money. She leaves the cash there in the kitchen and says if it's still there in the morning, she will know he loves her. Now, in my opinion, I think it would be extremely careless to leave 450 grand in the kitchen. Who would do that, you know? Anyway, the source added he is seen clutching to the money, leaving viewers guessing as to what he will do next. The next day, the money is still there, but in a massive twist, it is Janine who ends up deciding she cannot stay because she feels she's not fit to be a wife or a mother. Now, is that true? What do you think? Janine is fit to be a wife or a mother? I don't think she's fit to be a wife at all, considering she kills one of her husbands. None of her relationships have gone really well. So you can tell us on our Facebook page, which is EastEnders Best Spoilers page on Facebook. This is our YouTube that we're broadcasting from, and this video was being made on the 12th of August 2012 on 20 minutes past 11. Just so you all know, this is the first show that we're bringing you all. Next week on Saturday. Next week, it won't be a Sunday, it will be a Saturday at 7 PM, not as early as this. It is when we will give you the link, because we can't broadcast it on a Sunday because apparently that's the day of rest. But load of crap, I think. Anyway, so Brooks is said to have filmed the scenes in question earlier this month. Her exit is due to air in September. The actress said last month that she was actually lucky to be granted time off work from the show. I think that's quite evil, to be honest, because Janine's had quite a few breaks, I think. Anyway, off topic now. We do have a few more spoilers for you lot tonight, but we'd just like to point out that on our website you'll be able to see the full schedule of Sharon's return, because it's going to be 7 episodes, or you can just tune into our Facebook page where we will reveal them. The next episodes, spoilers, so you can look at what's happening on the next episodes, and you'll see that when you enter our site on the homepage, it does say click here to read to watch the preview of the next episode, where it shows you a little it shows you a little clip of the next episode of EastEnders, which is really good, I think. We also have a E.B.S.P radio show tab, which will explain everything about what's going on here. But our website is down, unfortunately, so not many people are able actually to view it. But it should be back up and running, should I say, by midnight tonight. The next up we have Ray Dixon being ruled out from Cat's Mystery Man affair. Well, Cat Moon affair mystery, sorry. Ray Dixon has officially been eliminated from Cat Moon's affair mystery in EastEnders. The Queen Vic chef, played by Chucky Venn, by the way, had been among the 5 suspects named in the storyline, which has seen Cat cheating on her husband Alfie with an unknown man over the past 2 years. Chucky, Ray, was actually quite upset that he wasn't the mystery man, because he was quite looking forward to it if it was him. He was excited about it, but so I wouldn't imagine that he was pleased to find out it wasn't him. Viewers now know that Ray cannot be the individual in question, as August 9th EastEnders episode saw him interrupt Kat as she was on the phone to her lover, if you can remember, when they was in the kitchen. The scene was the first time that one of the suspects had firmly been ruled out from the ongoing storyline, so that means that Michael, Derek, Jack and Max have now been left as the remaining men in the frame, and most likely most of them get on quite well with Alfie, so that must be devastating for Alfie when he finds out that Cat cheats, to find out it's one of his mates. So the options are most likely to be narrowed down further in the coming weeks. The show bosses have promised to eliminate the suspects one at a time, leading to one almighty explosion, which I think is a fantastic idea, but nobody likes a storyline to drag. So now we've spilled the beans, who do you think is Cat's Mystery Man? And as we've said, you can either vote on our Facebook page or on our website. Okay, so that's not all the spoilers we have for you tonight. We also have the Anthony Moon one that we mentioned earlier on. Anthony Moon's exit being revealed. Ian Beale, he has a storyline with Sharon coming up, and Stacey Slater, why she left, and it'll show a few sneak peek quotes from her that might give you hints as to if she is coming back or not. You can also look at our Sharon's Return album. Well, it's not an album, it's a gallery actually, where it shows all the photos of Sharon's Return, the first week anyway. So now we'll take you over to Anthony Moon, how he will exit the show. Sorry about that. I have a bit of a cold. Anthony Moon is to be axed from the show in the near future, but what the EastEnders bosses aren't letting us know is how he exits Walford. Filming was being made a while back, and we noticed a funeral car passing through Walford, which instantly told us that death would hit Albert Square for the 4th time this year. First time was Pat Evans, second time was Heather Trott, the third time was Lorraine Salter. So it's a bit of a mystery who dies this year. Anthony Moon was originally casted as an extra, to be in the involvement with the Moon Clan storyline, which invaded your television screens late last year. And the BBC had decided the best idea would be to get rid of him. Somehow, or I'm not sure how. So, do not take our word for it. However, this is believed to be the most likely equation. It might be that Anthony is murdered. Nothing would stop overprotective father Derek, who's been threatening him recently to take good care of his daughter, from giving him a good stab. And it's not like Anthony and Derek have gotten so well in the past, is it? So stay tuned, as we do with all storylines. We'll keep you posted on the topic, as we like to keep our E.B.S.P fans satisfied, not only on our Facebook page but on our website as well. Which we do actually use our website a lot more than our Facebook page now, so you should check it out. EastEnders Sharon Rickman is to help Ian Beale get his life back on track, believe it or not, because if you remember, Ian Beale and Sharon did work up quite a friendship in the past. It's been recently reported that when Sharon does come home, she'll be one of the few people that tries her best to help Ian pull himself together. Sharon's first crusade is to get Lucy to forgive her father and be reasonable for the reasons why he was away for the time he was. Lucy does open up to Ian, but she's not going to let him get away with him abandoning her and Bobby. Is more. Sharon is determined to help Ian and takes him to speak to Lucy. Although Lucy is pleased to see her father, although Lucy is pleased to see Sharon, she still has no time for her father. However, Sharon urges Lucy to see sense and explains that she should forgive Ian for his mistake. She also gives Lucy an insight into what she's been up to over the past few years, confessing to her own errors of judgment. In the end, Ian makes an emotional apology to Lucy for abandoning her, adding that he's desperate to return home. Lucy agrees to welcome him back, but only on the condition that he signs all the businesses over to her. No, that's pretty awesome, I think, because that's how Lucy is. She's quite, evil, and that's the way she is, as we've seen with her past Lucy Beale. Who do you prefer, hey? Lucy Beale as Hetty Bywater, or Lucy Beale as Melissa Suffield? Melissa Suffield was the first one we saw, and Hetty Bywater was the current Lucy Beale. So you can vote on our website or the comment box below, as I assume this is on Facebook. Anyway, moving on to another spoiler, which you all will be pleased with, as I'm going to play some music in the background now. Stacey Slater, and you will love Stacey Slater, because once I posted a photo on our page and we got over 600 likes when Stacey Slater was in it, which I was quite puzzled about, to be honest. Lacey Turner has actually said she left EastEnders because she was curious about other roles. Basically, she wanted to see what else was out there, which any other actor would, really. Actress, should I say. 26-year-old actress played by Stacey Slater from 2004 to 2010, with the character's last appearance on Christmas Day that year, asked why she left the show. Turner told Metro, "I woke up one morning and thought, my God, I've been here 6 years. I was curious about what else was out there. If it was my first job, I'd done theatre when I was 11, and I wanted to go back and explore other things. I thought if I didn't leave when I did, I'd be stuck there forever." Which I think she probably would, because everyone loved Stacey at this time. She confirmed that. No, sorry, she continued. Sorry, my eyes are a bit. It's early, I can't read. That she had a lovely time when she was there, and she was blessed with great storylines, and she loved Stacey as a character. She made lovely friends and had the best 7 years of her life. Turner admitted to missing EastEnders and added, "I spent so much time there, and more than I did at home. I miss playing Stacey, but it's nice to have a life of my own and be able to do things I didn't have time to do before, such as go to the hairdressers or dentists, just normal things." And I think they are normal things, to be honest, because everyone should be able to go to the hairdressers or the dentist. Goodness me. She also said that she I can't believe that it's been 2 years since I left. It feels like just yesterday. I don't know whether I'll go back to EastEnders. I'd certainly never say never because I love being Stacey. You see, Stacey, Lacey Turner, who plays Stacey, has said recently that she misses the role and will never say never to the return. And that's pretty awesome, I think, because everyone loves Stacey. You all love Stacey, or like Stacey's an icon, an iconic character. Everyone's thinking, oh, she's brilliant, on our Facebook page as well. So she said never say never to rule out the return. And guess Shane Ritchie's son, Shane Ritchie has named his son Shane Ritchie Jr. He's old. This is nothing new to you lot, but we're letting you know. And the Facebook, you can actually go onto the official Shane Ritchie Jr. Facebook page by www.facebook.com/Shane Ritchie Jr. Now that, unfortunately, is our show for the night, everybody. But be here on Saturday next week, not Sunday, on our Facebook page at 7 PM, where we will post the link, because this is not easy making these videos, and this has taken us over an hour to make, and we're just getting to the end of it. It will be half an hour next week. For how long? Well, the duration will take an hour next week. So, no, not an hour. Half an hour, sorry. My head's not so good, I'm right. I've just woke up. It will be on for an hour. Half an hour. Sorry about this, everybody. And you've all got something to look forward to there. We'll have brand new spoilers, fantastic gossip, and everything else. If you are a fan of David Witts, you can go to a fan page for him where they reveal hot David pictures, which is www.facebook.com/Ultimate David Witts, no spaces there. And he has fantastic pictures. He shares Joey's 6-pack, shirtless photos, brand new photo shoots of Walford's newcomer, and great more stuff. We will leave you with a quiz for you tonight, we will give you the answers to last night's quiz for all who entered. The questions were we had 8 questions. We are left in a status for you all to view and then just comment below, and unfortunately some of the people who entered was on their mobile, so they won't be able to find out the answers in this. But here's the questions. Question number 1: why was EastEnders moved to BBC 2 temporarily? Now this was an easy one, but it was still a good question. It was because of the Olympics, in fact, and the schedule for EastEnders on at 7:30 or 8 or whenever it was on didn't clash with the Olympics on BBC 2, so that was a really good idea, which I think they should have done it when the Euro 2012 was on, because we've had 2 big events this year. Don't you agree? Who was Walford's latest newcomer? And babies were included, if you forgot, so it was actually Scarlett, but we will accept Lexi or Joey as well, so we'll accept any of them 3. So Joey, Lexi or Scarlett Moon. And who was the last person to exit Walford's? If anyone can remember, it was actually AJ Ahmed, which we revealed a great spoiler about earlier on. How long would EastEnders be running? From the 19th of February 2015. It will be 30 years, everybody, and that's a pretty long time, and EastEnders will have to hold a pretty big event for that, wouldn't you agree? EastEnders, how many episodes will EastEnders air from Monday the 30th of August? It will be 7 episodes all week from the 13th of August 2012 to 17th, is it? Or 18th or something like that. And if we will reveal the schedule after we've given the answers to this quiz. How How many episodes will EastEnders air? Oh, I've just read that one out. Ignore me. Sorry, I ain't got my head screwed on today. Who was the last Mitchell that committed a crime? And it's rang a bell because quite a few fans said Ben, and actually it was Phil Mitchell, because if you can remember, he trashed up Heather's apartment and he covered up the murder. So he would be involved with the arrest for perverting the course of justice or something like that, court justice. Who are the remaining suspects of Cat's Mystery Man? This is an easy one as well. It's Jack, Michael, Derek, and Max. So we actually have a competition open on our Facebook page. If you post on our wall asking about it or commenting below what competition, and we'll give you links so you can just guess who you think it is. You could win an EastEnders t-shirt, everybody, yes. And question number 8, the final one, everybody, was what Branning buried their husband alive after spiking his meal? Now, if you can remember this one, this was actually quite a good storyline. I loved it. I was entertained. It was Tanya, everybody. I know it sounds really weird, but Tanya was the one, and she's supposed to be this really good girl in EastEnders. So I was quite confused that it was Tanya. I did watch it, but I was just shocked that she'd do such a thing. You know, our spoiler page wasn't actually open when that was kicking off though. So, but it was a brilliant storyline, if you'd agree. So, is the schedule if basically next week, which is from the 13th of August until I'll give you all the details in a minute because I'm actually trying to find the page at the moment, but I can reveal that it's from Monday the 13th of August to Friday the 17th. I was right when I mentioned it earlier on. You can read more if you don't like listening. EastEnd-EBSP.wix.com/EBSP, and it is one of our tabs at the top because it says something like home, then it says competition, then it says EBSP radio, which will be coming soon, more details on that, and next episode spoilers, and then 7 episodes schedule, so you check there. There's some huge schedule changes approaching due to EastEnders moving back to BBC One and Sharon returning. Also, Ben's murder being unravelled. So the schedule is Monday the 13th of August. We'll air a first episode at 8 p.m. Then the second episode will be aired at 9 p.m. the same day, Monday, which is tomorrow. And then the next day is Tuesday, so there's an episode every day of the week. Tuesday, it's on at 7:30 normal time. Then Wednesday, unusually, there's an episode at 7:30 p.m. We will actually remind you later in the week, when the week's in the process, we will remind you the schedules and when it's on and when not. Wednesday's on at 7:30, the normal time of 7:30 on the Thursday, and another 2 episodes on Friday the 17th of August. The first episode at 8, second episode at 9 p.m. You've been lovely. You've been a lovely audience tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. It really does mean a lot, as this has taken a lot of time to process, because we made one last night, then we had to make another due to copyright laws, and now this is our 3rd attempt, so fingers crossed that YouTube doesn't have a problem with this, because I'm quite puzzled as to what went wrong last time anyway. So, not to worry guys, we will have another show for you next week, and everything will be sorted. It's not so complicated next week. This will be messed up this week. So, thanks a lot for listening. Visit our Facebook pages, EastEnders Best Spoilers page, Jillian Roy fan page, The World of Soap Flags. Thanks a lot everybody, and we'll see you this time